The shock of your own voice. Have you ever recorded yourself speaking? Maybe you left a voicemail for a friend or filmed a video for a school project. Then you played it back. Suddenly, you hear a voice that sounds, well, strange. It's higher, thinner, and just not voice. You might think, do I really sound like that? It's a universal experience, a moment of pure auditory confusion that makes nearly everyone cringe just a little bit. This bizarre phenomenon isn't just in your head, it's a fascinating intersection of biology and physics, a neat little trick your body plays on you every single day. The voice you hear when you speak is a special private performance, created just for an audience of one, you. The feeling of disconnection is completely normal and incredibly common. When you hear that recording, you're not hearing a mistake or a bad microphone. Instead, you're hearing the real you, or at least the version of you that the rest of the world hears. This can be a bit of a shock to the system. We spend our entire lives listening to ourselves from a unique, internal perspective. We grow accustomed to this rich, deep sound, and it becomes a core part of our identity. So when a recording presents us with a different version, it can feel like meeting a stranger who claims to be you. It challenges our self-perception in a very direct and personal way. This initial reaction is something that unites people from all over the world. It doesn't matter what language you speak or what your voice sounds like to others. The experience of hearing your recorded voice for the first time is almost always jarring. It's a moment of scientific discovery, even if you don't realize it at the time. You've just stumbled upon a fundamental principle of how sound travels and how our amazing bodies interpret it. The voice inside your head is a complex mix of vibrations, and a simple recording can only capture one part of that beautiful, complicated symphony. Consider this: the voice you know isn't a lie, it's just a different kind of truth. So let's get into the science of it all. Why does this happen? The answer is all about the journey that sound waves take to get to your eardrums. It's not a single path, but two very different routes. When you speak, you're getting a VIP, all-access pass to your own voice, complete with special effects that no one else gets to hear. A recording, on the other hand, is like the general admission ticket. It captures the sound, but it misses the internal resonance that makes your voice sound so familiar to you. Understanding this difference is the first step to making peace with the person you hear on that playback. The secret to this vocal mystery lies in two cool scientific concepts: air conduction and bone conduction. Let's start with air conduction. When you listen to someone else speak, or when you listen to a recording, sound waves travel through the air. These waves enter your ear canal and make your eardrum vibrate. Your brain then processes these vibrations into the sounds you recognize, like words, music, or a dog barking. This is how everyone else on the planet hears your voice. It's the standard external way we all experience the auditory world around us. It's sound taking the scenic route through the open air to reach its destination. However, when you speak, you get a special bonus method of hearing bone conduction. As your vocal cords vibrate to create sound, they don't just send those sound waves out of your mouth. They also send vibrations directly through the solid structures of your skull. Your bones, particularly those in your jaw and head, literally conduct these vibrations straight to your inner ear, bypassing the ear canal entirely. This is a much more direct and efficient route for sound to travel. Think of it like a shortcut that gives you an exclusive, behind-the-scenes audio feed of your own voice, delivered straight from the source. This combination of air and bone conduction is what creates the voice you are so familiar with. The vibrations traveling through your bones are essentially carrying frequency sounds. This means that to you, and only you, your voice sounds deeper, richer, and intenser. It's like listening to a concert from inside the cello. You feel the deep booming notes in a way the audience can't. Your brain cleverly blends the sounds from both air conduction and bone conduction together, creating a full-bodied composite sound that you recognize as your own unique voice. It's a private audio mix just for you. So when you listen to a recording,
disappointingly higher pitched than the voice you're used to.
The biggest complaint people have about their recorded voice is that it sounds so high-pitched. This is a direct result of losing the bone conduction part of the equation. Those deep, low-frequency vibrations that resonated through your skull are completely absent from the recording. What's left is the sound that traveled through the air, which naturally carries the higher frequencies more prominently. The result is a voice that sounds thinner, less powerful, and well, a bit squeakier than the one you hear in your head. It's not that the recording is adding a high pitch. It's that it's taking away the low-pitch bass notes you've always taken for granted. This difference can trigger what many people call the cringe factor. It's that uncomfortable, slightly embarrassing feeling you get when you hear your voice played back. This isn't just about vanity, it's about a mismatch between your self-perception and reality. Your voice is deeply tied to your identity. It's how you express your thoughts, emotions, and personality. When the voice on the recording doesn't match the voice you've identified with your entire life, it can create a sense of unease or even imposter syndrome. You might think, if that's what I really sound like, am I coming across the way I intend to? This psychological discomfort is a powerful reaction. For some, it can lead to a genuine dislike of their own voice and a reluctance to speak in situations where they might be recorded, like public speaking or creating online content. The voice on the recording can sound weak or nasal when you perceive your own voice as strong and clear. This gap can make you feel self-conscious, as if a part of you that you thought was private has been exposed and judged. It can feel vulnerable, as if the recording has revealed a truth about you that you weren't ready to face. It's a very human response to an unexpected auditory reality. Ultimately, the voice you dislike on the recording is the same voice your friends, family, and colleagues hear every day. And guess what? They like it just fine. They've never heard the bone-conducted version. So to them, your recorded voice is simply your voice. It's the voice they associate with your kindness, your humor, and your intelligence. The cringe you feel is entirely your own, born from the discrepancy between your internal experience and the external reality. The sound itself isn't inherently bad. It's just different from what you expected, and that difference can be startling. So how can you get over this auditory shock and learn to accept, or even like, your recorded voice? The most effective method is simple, though perhaps not easy at first. Listen to it more often. This is called exposure therapy. The more you expose yourself to the sound of your recorded voice, the more familiar it will become. The initial shock and cringe will gradually fade as your brain adjusts to this new sound. Start by recording yourself reading a short paragraph from a book or an article. Listen back to it a few times. Do this every day, and you'll find that the strangeness begins to disappear. Another helpful tip is to focus on what you're saying, not just how you sound. When you listen back, pay attention to your message, your tone, and your pacing. Are you speaking clearly? Are you conveying the emotion you intended? Shifting your focus from the raw sound of your voice to the quality of your communication can help you detach from the initial cringe reaction. Use the recordings as a tool for improvement. Perhaps you notice you speak too quickly when you're nervous, or that you use filler words like and like a lot. This turns a source of discomfort into a valuable resource for self-development. It can also be incredibly helpful to experiment with your voice. Try recording yourself in different pitches and volumes. Read something in an excited voice, and